Hi, it's Sandy. I've recently been talking about saboteurs, which are ways in which we sabotage ourselves when we decide that we're going to create something. We talked about 6 different saboteurs as well as their antidote, the thing that you need to do in order to break free of the sabotage. For example, one of the saboteurs is perfectionism. You know what I mean, right? Waiting for perfection, waiting to get it just right, waiting. And then you never launch, you never create, you never do the thing that you want to do. And listen, that's sad. Perfection doesn't have to stop you. So the antidote to perfection is to take one action. Just one, because the perfectionist wants to have it all figured out, wants to have it all handled before she moves forward. And so to break that pattern, you just take one action so that you can free yourself and move forward. So each of the saboteurs has an antidote, something that you do to break the pattern. I also talked about once you identify what's the most familiar or common saboteur that you have, how can you stop? How can you actually do something consistently to stop that saboteur from continuing to stop you? Today, I want to talk about something that will help with that, and that's what I call the identity shift. So if you think about it, the saboteurs stop you because they trigger something that tells you that you can't do it, that you're not worthy, that you don't know how, that you'll never make it, etc. And those are all aspects of some old identity that has been running in the background or running your life in some cases for a long time. So here's the thing to know about that. That identity was created. It's not who you are. It was created. Something happened in your past, and some part of you, your unconscious mind, decided to protect you, to armor up, to keep you safe. And so this identity was born. However, all these years later, that identity is no longer serving you. It's actually sabotaging you and keeping you from what you want. So how do you shift your identity? You start by asking the question, who do you have to become in order to create the way you want? So I have this exercise that I do in my programs, and it's a writing exercise. And what you do is you write out in detail the identity of the person that you're becoming, the person that would be able to follow through and create, the person who is consistently getting these great ideas and following through and putting it out there in the world. Who is that person? Write it out in detail. How would they wake up in the morning? What would they do throughout their day? What kind of actions would they take every day to work on the projects that they are creating? How would they feel as they were creating? You want to get into as much detail as possible so that almost like you were creating a script. If someone else was to read that writing, that they could actually, like an actor, show up and live that script, right? You would actually be able to see them doing, being, saying all the things that the new identity would be saying. So that's the first step, is to really take some time and write out the identity of the person that you have to become in order to be a great creator. The second thing you have to look at in this process is your daily habits, because your daily habits are going to mess with that new identity. So when you think about your daily habits, those are the things that you're doing every day that, brushing your teeth, meditating, having lunch at the exact same time every day, etc. Those are some basic ones. But there are things that you do that also can sabotage, again, your creativity, your productivity, your effectiveness. So I'm inviting you to take a look at your daily habits to see what are you actually doing that is holding you back from stepping into this new and greater reality of your identity. Okay, got that? You're going to write out your identity, and then you're going to look at your daily habits to see which of them are messing with that identity. The last thing I want to invite you to look at today is what's one bold action that you could take today to step into that expanded identity. Okay? I'll be back in your inbox soon. I'm going to be inviting you to a program that I'm running this month. May. It starts on May the 1st. And I'd love to talk to you more about it because it is going to really help you continue the momentum that you've been gaining by watching these videos. And by the end of May, it'll help you create something in reality. So we're going to take something that you've been thinking about, an idea, from here to out here, some form of reality. So stay tuned. I'll be back and with an invitation, and I would love for you to join me. Until then, I'm Sandy Amorum, and go take that bold action, okay?